Well, this video is about what can we do with this setup of the Gibson Vibrola. This is a 68 S-G, and if this is the first time you're watching this channel, well, I've made quite a few videos doing this and people always ask me about it, so I'm going to explain in detail what I do, how do I do it. Anyway, probably the most popular of the videos I have made with this was my arrangement for Sleepwalk. So I'll just play a little bit so you have an idea. Right, or anyway, you get the idea. But anyway, so the cool thing about SG Specials and Juniors is that this one is the wraparound bridge. So you can basically lock or put the strings under it and bypass the vibrola altogether. Or you can put all of them with the vibrola. Now, pretty much nobody thought about, well, if I can have both options, what if I connect only a few? So the idea is to have this kind of a manual B and G bender, right? And the other cool thing is that, for example, if you just do a chord, it still gives you this flavor of a traditional tremolo, even if you have only two strings there, actually, right? But there are many other interesting things. One of them is that when I can do, even with two, they pull the strings at the same interval. And that's one of the things I did, for example, when I did this chord here, right? I did that to get the G sharp and the C, which I have in this G sharp and the C part of the chord, and the other notes, which is the F sharp and C sharp, I did it with the harmonic here. Right? And then I pulled it further so to get to the A chord. Right? So those are some of the things that you can do that you cannot do with any other kind of guitar, unless you have, let's say, a Steinberger Trans-Trem tremolo. But that's a lot of money and very difficult to come by. So anyway, another thing I thought would be interesting to discuss is how the actual system is. I mean, this is a vintage, and I have the strings, the gauge is a 10 to 46 Dadario, if that helps, but is the angle of this attachment plate in respect with the strings. So if you, well, this thing is a bit on the way, but if I use this, for example, and I put it there, you see that it's pointing exactly towards the top of the strings. And that is important, because I have seen some reproduction vibrolas where this thing basically sits parallel to the body. It won't work, I'm sorry. So try to find one where the spring, which is this metal curved plate, has that angle when you install the piece here. That is, I think, is very critical. Now, another thing that I do is to use a couple of reference points. I have 3 reference points for me that guide me to the note I am going to land. So one of them is this part of the handle. I rest and touch the pickup cover here. That's one. The other is with this tip, I touch the other pickup cover and then the pick guard itself. So let me just show you real quick what that means. For example, if I play the G and I just touch in here, you see? Then if I want to do this one, I go. So you see that the angle, when I do in here, I touch in here, but if I want to touch the other, I need to move it a bit towards there, and I reach there. So let me, now the other. And then if I want to do the 5th, and then I can go up to here by touching the pick guard. So that with the G string. Let me do it again. So, well, kind of, right? And then this is a bit kind of a eyeballing, because you need to get this thing right a bit below the pickup cover, and the is in between the pickup cover and the pick guard, right around there. So it's not as precise. And then for this, it's just touching the pick guard. Now it doesn't have to be only this. I can do it in here. Right? So that's the idea. And with the B, it's a bit less. So it's, when I do this reference here, it's a minor 3rd. Right? If I want just a one tone, it's basically the bar has to be parallel with the pick guard. Kind of that, like that, minor 3rd, and then 2 tones will be touching the pick guard. So those are my reference points, and then obviously going up is just by ear. I mean, right? You just need to have a good ear for that. Yeah. I don't know if that helps, but I have a lot of fun with this. Now, other things I have tried before, it was to install the first string with the vibrola, but for some reason that string was not staying in tune. Every time I was kind of a dive bombing, the string will go flat. And also, when I have another string attached to it, this thing that goes kind of a pulling together at the same interval, it was not as accurate anymore. So that's why I decided to just stay with these 2 strings, because that's where the vibrola behaves the best. It doesn't go out of tune. Even after a lot of abuse. So yeah, that's it pretty much. If you want to check other examples, well, you can check obviously the Sleepwalk, my arrangement for Something from the Beatles, arrangement and things that you can do that you cannot do with any other guitar, really. So yeah, have fun if you have one of these guitars. I mean, there are many. It doesn't have to be an SG. You have some Epiphone, Wilshire, something with a C, can't remember the name. The Firebird number 2 or 3, I can't remember, also that has like a wraparound and a vibrola. So yeah, if you have one guitar that works with that, try it out. Have some fun, let me know if you get similar results. Cheers.